Welcome to the very first episode of Let's Talk Equality, a podcast where I talk about social inequalities, inviting guests that know more about certain topics than I do that are important. And it's a way for me to learn, for you to learn, for them to learn, all of us to learn together. This is a vociferation of sorts, of the blinding cacophony of voices that scream in pain across the world. For this first season, I will be addressing issues related to gender inequalities, and for our first episode, I am extremely honored to have a chance to talk to Ms. Tejaswi Sevekari, the founder and executive director of an organization called the Saheli HIV/AIDS Karyakarta Sangam that work with sex workers across India, particularly in Pune, and address issues regarding HIV and AIDS and safe sex. We are also going to be joined by one of our associates, Prasad, and we'll be hearing a first-hand account from a male sex worker by the name of Sagar to have a deeper understanding of the topic from a different view. I hope you enjoy watching, you learn something new, and even if you're not watching the whole thing, I recommend you to watch from 28 minutes till the end. I'll be giving you a summary of the main ideas discussed. So let's get into it. I'd like to first start with asking you a couple of questions, Ms. Tejasvi. So what is your job in a nutshell? What do you do in your daily work?
Oh, okay. See, Saheli is the only collective. Even though we are registered as an NGO, we work mainly with a need-based approach, working with sex workers. And we believe in that sex work and trafficking are two different things. Sex work is work and it needs to be decriminalized.
Okay.
All the people who are entering into sex work are not traffic victims or they are not trafficked.
Yeah.
Many of them, they opt it as their livelihood option.
Yeah,
so
of course.
That needs to be respected. There should not be violence. There should not be trafficking. Even though Saheli works for the rights of sex workers, we never ever support trafficking and we never ever support any exploitative practice which is happening in sex work. So this is the basic principle which we work with. And as I say, being a sex workers collective, all the women who are the members of Saheli, they are sex workers. There are few staff or facilitators or person from mainstream society, myself and few of my staff members. We work as a team in the red light area. We'll take care of all the mental and physical health needs of sex workers, their children, their issues and conflict with law, financial security, helping them to use banks to save money, all those kind of things, which will secure their future, plus prevention of trafficking, prevention of minors coming into sex work. That is one thing which we do constantly. And sex workers, the women who are sex workers, they are the best people to prevent trafficking, but that hardly get recognized. So this is the core of our work. We also provide lots of inputs and education and services regarding HIV/AIDS, because that is one part we still keep on doing. Even though the prevalence has gone down tremendously among sex workers, still they need support. Nutrition care is another thing which we try our best to provide. We also have a 24-hour care home for the children of sex workers. It's a transit home where the children will stay for some months into the care home, into the transit home, till they get admission in different residential schools.
Okay.
So that's how we work. And we also help them with getting scholarships and, pursuing their higher education as well, not just the primary or school education. And we also support those women who want to leave sex work and start something else. So it is always their choice that whether they want to continue into sex work or whether they want to leave sex work and do something else. So we respect their choices, their decisions, and we support them accordingly. So these are the main things which we work.
So
and
yeah,
Saheli
is
also a part of National Network of Sex Worker, which is a national network in India protecting rights of sex workers, preventing trafficking, and demanding decriminalization of sex workers in India. So, Saheli is part of the network. We work in different states across India, uh, sex workers regarding this basic principle. Yeah.
Great, thank you. I'd like to say that's very noble work you're doing. Based on what I've heard, you help maybe thousands, maybe more people all the time, right? And I think it's a lot of um, it's a lot of work that goes into protecting those that are interested in this kind of work, protecting those that aren't, and protecting their families and their financial security and their security in a lot of ways. But sometimes, despite our wanting of things to go well, things don't. So my next question is, in all these years that you've been working with Saheli, what are some of the worst things that you've seen that you'd like to talk about, or that you'd like people to know about?
Yeah, worst thing, there are many things actually which is not expected of human beings basically. See, the way society treats sex workers is very negative. It always treats with huge stigma and discrimination. The worst thing which I have seen, I can give you a few examples. Uh, Minors getting into sex work is also very very difficult and very
I can understand.
not a very human thing to happen with young girls at the age when they don't know that what sex is all about, and all those kind of, and they are forced into sex work. That is one thing which I used to notice when I just joined the work in early 90s. Now don't have minors coming into sex work, at least not in the red light areas which are known red light areas. And so there's a tremendous reduction in that. But this was an issue and still is an issue. Uh, the way society treats women who are into sex work is also very frustrating. Like, I can give you one incident, one story of a woman. She was a rape victim. Now she was gang raped in her village. She was newly married. In spite of she being a victim of such a heinous crime and sexual assault and rape, she was thrown away by her own family and the entire village. And one agent brought her into sex work. So when you hear these kind of stories, it exactly depicts the entire hypocrisy where we live in. At one end, you say that there should not be women who are getting into sex work. At the same time, you have so many girls who are rape victims, who are the victims of heinous crimes against them, and they are thrown into sex work. But society will not accept them back. So all these things, one social problem leading to another. I have seen all these things over 2 decades now, and uh, these are few things which should not happen to any person. Any person against his or her dignity. So yeah, there are many things. There was one incident where our women have rescued that girl who was brought into a brothel by her own father. She was just 14 years of age, and he was brought by her father into the red light area, and he was trying to sell her, and he was trying to have sex with her. And when our women rescued her, he said that because he's my own blood and he's my own daughter, she is my own daughter, and I should be enjoying her before I going to sell her. So what kind of mentality you can ever imagine? People are behaving with their own daughters like this. All these things are quite shocking, very, very inhuman, and very frustrating, to know the real face of our society and the people, how they behave with females, with girls, and what the level of respect they have towards women. I think there are many stories, but yeah, these are few which we share.
Thank you for sharing. think you touched upon how there's a certain mentality that society promotes that makes it harder for these women that are not only going into sex work involuntarily, but also the ones that are choosing to go into it, right? Can we further delve into that and talk about cultures or things that everybody in India does, or everyone in Pune does, or everyone around the world does that sort of promotes either a culture of rape and involuntary sex being permittable or permissible, um, or like these maybe mentalities that everyone has, right? Even people that are highly educated or highly well versed in what goes on around the world, what are some things that everyone does that make it harder to get rid of these mentalities, or get rid of these cultures that make life hard for these people?
Yeah, I think so, because see, these mentalities are all over the world. It is not just limited to one culture or one country or one nation or one state or one religion or one community for that matter. It is across the class, across the borders, and across all over the world actually. So how to treat with these kind of mentality is a big question. And the people who believe in equality in true sense, you know, treating everybody as equal, I think these things should not thrive actually. If everybody will decide on and act accordingly, treating everybody with respect, treating everybody with the equal status, I think this these issues will not arrive at all in any way for that matter. So that's the, but it's so simple but yet very difficult for people because we are so much into the dominant patriarchal system. It has been in our genes now. Like we can't get rid of that. So there are many things which do happen involuntarily also from the mindset of the people which we are generations together. So yeah, it will take time, but things are changing, and that's really
Definitely.
our youth are really getting very much active into changing things, and I think that's the hope we have for the world.
Okay. I have one last question for you, but I think I'll save that for the end. Till then, why don't we talk to you, sir, Mr. Sagar, Mr. Prasad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you share your experiences working with what you with?
Simir, if you ask them in Hindi, they will
Okay. Yeah.
more comfortable.
सर आप हमें बता सकते हो कि आप कौन सी चीज़ों के साथ काम करते हो, आपकी कौन सी कठिनाई आई हैं, आपने क्या क्या देखा है अपने काम में?
एक्चुअली बेसिकली हम लोग जो है वो प्योर कम्युनिटी के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। तो उसमें मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स के लिए हम लोग काम शुरू किया है अभी। तो उसमें उनको जो प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हैं वो लोग, क्योंकि वो लोग तो ओपन है नहीं, दे आर हिडन पीपल्स। सो उनको उनके बारे में जो कुछ उनका प्रॉब्लम्स है उनको सॉल्व करने में हम लोग उनको मदद करते हैं ऐसा।
प्रसाद, मुझे लगता है कि आप अगर थोड़ा सा फर्क बता पाए मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स और फीमेल सेक्स वर्कर्स के बारे में, तो ज्यादा क्लैरिटी मिलेगी जो लोग सुन रहे हैं ये बात या सुनेंगे उनको कि एग्जैक्टली क्या फर्क है और इसके वजह से क्या दिक्कत है।
अभी जैसे क्या है कि ये फीमेल सेक्स वर्कर्स के लिए उनका स्पेसिफिक एरिया है। हेलो सुन, हेलो,
हाँ सुन रहे हैं
सुनने के लिए। तो बेसिकली ऐसा है कि फीमेल सेक्स वर्कर्स के लिए कुछ स्पेसिफाइड एरिया है जहाँ पे उनका मतलब हम लोग ढूंढ पाते हैं उन लोग फीमेल सेक्स वर्कर्स को कि कहाँ पे है, उनको रीच हो पाते हैं। मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स का ऐसा है कि दे आर स्कैटर्ड एक्चुअली, and they are not having specific area for from where they giving the services or something like that. तो उनके लिए कैसा होता है कि हम लोग जैसे हमें उनका रिकॉर्ड रखना पड़ता है कि कहाँ पे है वो, कैसा उनका काम चालू है नहीं चालू है, क्या कर रहे हैं वो लोग, क्योंकि एरियाज में जाके स्पेसिफिक एरियाज को उनको देख के उनको हम लोग सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, ऐसा है जैसे। और क्या मतलब जानना चाहते हैं आप उसके बारे में? स्पेसिफिकली आप पूछो हमें तो हम लोग बता पाएंगे।
ठीक है। ज्यादातर समस्याएं क्या है, मतलब एक तो हिडन क्यों रहना पड़ता है, जैसे आपने अभी बोला कि एरिया नहीं है स्पेसिफिक, तो ऑल ओवर सिटी में स्कैटर्ड होते हैं मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स, लेकिन एक्चुअल सेक्स वर्क करते वक्त या फिर सेक्स वर्क के लिए जो भी चीजों की जरूरत है या इस तरीके से जिंदगी जीते वक्त क्या क्या समस्याएं आती हैं?
हाँ, तो अभी इसके बारे में थोड़ा सागर ज्यादा आपको बता पाएगा इसके बारे में, क्योंकि क्या है कि जैसे भी जो ये काम होता है तो उसमें क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स उन्होंने फेस किया है, जैसे ये मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स कहाँ पे जाते हैं काम करने के लिए, कहाँ से कैसे करते हैं, और उनमें वो टाइम में उनको अगर काम करना है तो उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती है, तो थोड़ा उसके बारे में सागर अपने को बता पाएगा जल्दी। सागर नहीं नहीं
Okay. So yeah,
Hello.
our listeners that can't understand Hindi, what we've been talking about so far is how there are certain problems for male sex workers in the workplace because they don't have specific designated areas where they can work, and so it's hard not only for them to find work, but also for them to sort of live and feel safe and that kind of thing. And so that's what Mr. Prasad here is working with. Now we're going to be hearing from someone who has first-hand experience of some of the troubles or some of what goes wrong in that job. हाँ, आप बता दोगे?
एक्चुअली ज्यादा करके हम लोग सोशल नेटवर्क पे ध्यान देते हैं। सोशल नेटवर्क पे जैसे कि किसी को सबको कुछ ना कुछ पसंद रहता है, तो हम सोशल नेटवर्क पे जाके जो कुछ ऐप्स है उस ऐप्स पे मेल सेक्स के लिए अप्रोच करते बंदे, तो उनको हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं। और स्पेसिफिक उन्होंने स्पॉट बताया रहता है कि यहाँ पे आ जाओ, स्पेसिफिक हम भी स्पॉट बताते हैं कि तुम लोग यहाँ पे आ जाओ क्योंकि आपको डिफरेंट मिलेगा। तो हम लोग स्पेसिफिक स्पॉट पे मिल जाते हैं उन लोगों को, और वो उनकी तरफ से मतलब कोई तो लॉज, हाँ प्लेसेस रहती है उन लोगों की, उनको एंटरटेनमेंट के उनको एंटरटेनमेंट करने के लिए वहाँ पे पहुंच जाते हैं।
अच्छा,
एक्चुअली कैसा है जैसे कुछ ये है ना एप्स है जैसे ग्राइंडर है या तो फिर
sorry. हाँ, so आप बोल रहे थे?
हाँ, तो मैं ये बोल रहा था कि जैसे ये जहाँ पे कभी कभी ओपन जो जहाँ पे उनको जाना पड़ता है तो वहाँ पे भी बहुत उनको प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं उनके, और उनको फेस करना पड़ता है। जैसे पुलिस का कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो फेस करना पड़ता है, या तो फिर कभी अगर कोई बंदा मिल गया तो वो भी प्रॉपर होगा या नहीं उसकी भी रिस्क रहती है, क्योंकि वो वहाँ पे जाने के बाद उसके साथ और 4 बंदे आके कभी कभी मारते भी है, तो या कभी कभी फोर्स एंजॉयमेंट करते हैं। किसी के घर में बुलाया तो घर पे जाके भी वो ठीक तरीके से नहीं, कभी कभी वो पैसे मांग लेते हैं। ऐसा बहुत उसमें रिस्क है एक्चुअली, और उसको फेस करना ही पड़ता है, ऐसा है। और एक्चुअली ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑल मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स आर गे, एक्चुअली दे आर हैविंग देयर फैमिलीज विद देम, बट दे आर नॉट हैविंग स्पेसिफिक, उनको ये नहीं है, मतलब क्या बोलते कमाई का जरिया नहीं है दूसरा कुछ, या कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है जिसके वजह से वो इसमें ही इससे ही उनको कमाई करना पड़ती है ऐसे। तो देखने का तरीका ऐसा होता है कि जैसे कि ऑल मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स आर एक्चुअली गे, इट्स नॉट दैट फैक्ट एक्चुअली। तो उन लोगों को खुद का फैमिली भी है, उनके बाल बच्चे भी है, उनको उनका घर का सब देख के ये सब काम करके उनको इनकम करना पड़ता है, ऐसा है।
ठीक है।
तो ये चालू है, ऐसा ही चालू है। क्या बोला? और कुछ जानना चाहते हैं आप इसके बारे में?
हाँ, कुछ अगर जो मेल सेक्स वर्कर्स के साथ वो सोशल स्टिग्मा होता है ना कि um, अगर अगर तुम आदमी हो तो प्रोस्टिट्यूट नहीं हो सकते हो, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? ऐसा जो लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं, उससे प्रॉब्लम कैसे कैसे फेस हो सकती है, या उस मेंटालिटी से कौन सी प्रॉब्लम फेस हुई है कि मतलब अगर किसी के मतलब परिवार वाले या दोस्तों ने बोल दिया कि मतलब कुछ उनको आपसे I'm sorry, can you help me out here? I'm not.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
हाँ बोलो
You
बोलो
can
बोलो
repeat
Your
it, no
question in
problem.
English. Yeah, I will translate. Yeah.
So what are some social aspects that make male prostitution hard?
ओके. त्यांचा प्रश्न असा आहे की पुरुषांसाठी वेश्या व्यवसाय, पुरुषांसाठी सेक्स वर्क हे जास्ती अवघड का आहे? कारण जनरली बायका करतात हे गृहीत धरलं जातं, पण पुरुष करतात हे गृहीत धरलं नाही जात. त्यामुळे समाजाच्या दृष्टीने हे काय प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतात? समाज कुठल्या दृष्टीने बघतो मेल सेक्स वर्क कडे?
शब्द सांग ना त्यांना, पावले बोला ते डेग
बोल ना, तुला बोलायचं स्पेसिफिकली.
बोल.
अगर जर हम समाज के दृष्टिकोण से हम देखेंगे तो जो मेल सेक्स करने वाला बंदा रहता है, अगर वो मेल सेक्स करता है मतलब धंधा करता है डायरेक्टली, तो उनको सोसाइटी में या आजू बाजू में बंदे लोग चिढ़ाने लगते हैं कि यार तुम ऐसे बंदे हो, तुम डेग हो, तुम्हारा कुछ होता नहीं है लाइफ में, तुम ऐसा ही रहोगे। तो उन लोगों को ये समझता नहीं कि यार हमारी फीलिंग्स मतलब हम किस लिए करते क्या, तो वही एक दिक्कत रहती है। वो फेस करने के लिए हमको बहुत जमनिंग होता है, मतलब बहुत कुछ बोलना पड़ता है उन लोगों को, तो वो समझ नहीं पाते इस बात को, हमारे मजबूरी को समझ नहीं पाते, तो हमारा मजबूरी का गलत फायदा उठाते हैं और बात को फैलाने की कोशिश करते, फैला देते। तो हम जो करते वो सिर्फ ऐसे ही कोई तो स्पॉट रहेगा वहां पे जाके खड़ा रहना और काम करना, बस इतना ही है। और मिल गए तो बंदे लोग हमको जबरदस्ती उठा के भी लेके जाते हैं। मतलब बहुत दिक्कत होती है इस बारे में यहाँ पे, मतलब नहीं क्या सेक्स वर्क के लिए जीना मेल के लिए।
Okay, Sima, you want me to summarize what he said?
Sure, please. Yeah.
Okay, so your question was how society's perspective matters to male sex work, and towards what is the perspective and what kind of social challenges male sex workers. So he has tried his best to answer. So he was trying to say that we are doing it because of our financial needs, and this is our earning source. That's why we are getting into sex work. But people around us, the society where we stay, they don't understand these things. They do blackmail us, they make use of us, they also threaten us that they will spread this information that this particular person is doing sex work to everybody in the society. People also kidnap male sex workers. They will assure that one person will be there as customer, but when they actually reach to that place, they will see that there are many people around there, and they will actually assault them, harass among male sex workers with male sex workers. So all these issues are there. Being a male, why he wants to do such kind of thing?
Yeah.
But people don't understand that he needs to take care of his family, and so this is a major earning source for him. That's why he's doing sex work.
Yeah. Okay. I have one last question. And that's for you, Mr. Prasad, Mr. Sagar with us. And that is keep. What would you want? What is one thing or something that you want the listeners to know, right? So this is, I think, approximately, there's going to be a lot of people listening to this. And what is one thing that you feel like needs to be said but doesn't be said, like it doesn't get said enough? Should I translate in Hindi?
Yeah.
Okay. हाँ तो आपके लिए
go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Should I?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. हां तर प्रश्न असा आहे की शेवटचा प्रश्न आहे की अशी काही गोष्ट तुम्हाला वाटते की लोकांना माहिती व्हायला पाहिजे. मेल सेक्स वर्क विषयी जेव्हा आपण बोलतो, त्यांच्या समस्यांविषयी जेव्हा बोलतो, तेव्हा अशी कुठली गोष्ट आहे की लोकांना कळलं पाहिजे, लोकांना माहिती व्हायला पाहिजे, जेणेकरून त्यांचा दृष्टिकोन बदलेल, असं काही बोलायचं आहे?
सोशल नेटवर्क. सोशल नेटवर्कवर ज्या गोष्टी माहिती पडतात ते नॉर्मली व्यक्तींच्या पुढे पण पोहोचले जातात. मग ते सोशल नेटवर्क लोकांना समजायला पाहिजे.
बोल ना.
सोशल नेटवर्कवर कसं असतं की प्रत्येक व्यक्ती सोशल नेटवर्कवर ध्यान देतो. अगर जर मेल सेक्सच्या बाबतीत आपण विचार करू तर नॉर्मल व्हायच्या गोष्टी जर विचार करत असेल तर सोशल नेटवर्क हे मोठं माध्यम आहे की ह्या गोष्टी सगळ्या सोशल नेटवर्कवर फॉरवर्ड केल्या आणि त्या प्रत्येक गोष्टींना जाणून घेऊन की जेणेकरून त्या व्यक्तींना, जे हॅरॅसमेंट करणारे व्यक्ती आहेत किंवा जे मेल लोक आहेत ते टीन एजेस बॉईज आहेत, की त्यांना हे पण कळल की यार प्रोस्टिट्यूट व्यक्ती, नेमका प्रोस्टिट्यूट धंदा करणारा व्यक्ती हा काय असतो, म्हणजे कशासाठी करतात, आणि जो सेक्स असतो तो सेक्स काय अनुभव असतो आणि काय नाही, ते सोशल नेटवर्कवर प्रत्येक बंदाला समजून जाईल. आणि नॉर्मली नॉर्मली बंदा हे समजून जाईल की यार ह्या गोष्टी नॉर्मल आहेत, काही वेगळं काहीच नाही. असं खुशी सगळीकडूनच भेटते, खुशी द्यायला आपण दाम देतो किंवा खुशी घेतो, एवढीच गोष्ट. ते ह्या गोष्टी सगळ्यांना समजून यायला पाहिजे.
Okay. What he is trying to say is that we need to use all social media to give message to the people, to the youth, even to those who are abusers, about telling them about the facts of how the are surviving and try to live their lives. So we need to use this media for that, to make them aware. At the same time, he is also saying that people need to understand that this is our livelihood option. We are doing it for our own life, earning source for us. And it is just a service that we are giving pleasure to somebody in exchange of money. And it is nothing very different or extraordinary or out of the world. This is just simple as that. That is a service which we are providing.
What about you? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to our listeners that you feel like has been left inside?
Yeah. So on behalf of entire women who are associated and working in sex work, this is an appeal to everybody that if you treat women with respect, all genders with respect, sex workers are not different. They are just people like you and so you need to treat them with respect and don't force them for anything. As we are saying that nobody should get forced into sex work, at the same time, nobody have a right to say a sex worker that leave this and do something else. It should be her choice, her way of life. And there is very much a strong need to treat all with respect and dignity of being human. They are.
Okay. So our time for today is going to end soon. So I'm just going to summarize what I've learned personally so far and what you should take away from this podcast. Couple of things. One, not all sex work is trafficking. there's a lot of sex workers that get into the job voluntarily and do it to make a living for themselves, their families, people they care about. It is important that people that are engaged in all kinds of work, whether it's sex work or anything else, need to be treated with equal respect and dignity because they are all humans. Some things we learned about male sex work, it's a lot harder than it is for females because they don't have designated areas where they can, like red light areas, right, where they can find work. Yeah. They have to look to social networking, and they have to find, how do I say this, uncertain ways of finding work. And a lot of the times they might get into situations where they don't want to, where they may be called to engage in sex work, but really there's a bunch of people that are there that physically abuse them. Or there's a lot of times when they're neglected their payment, and there's a lot of social stigmas around being a male sex worker that is associated with a lot of shame, that makes it much harder for them to do what they need to do to support their families, which brings me to my next point, which is that not all sex workers are gay. Not all sex workers sometimes, even enjoy what they do. And even if they're getting voluntarily into the work, they might not enjoy it, or they might not be happy with what they're doing. And it's not hard, it's not easy what they're doing. And for society to make a change towards making sex work permissible and making it a regular thing is something we can all do one by one. And I, for one, will personally always look at sex workers with a higher regard, and treat them like I've treated anybody else. Thank you so much for coming on the show, you guys. It means a lot to have your voices here. And yeah, thank you to the listeners for tuning in. This has been great.